This has Vikings fans fired up as multiple updates heading into week one is music to our ears as this team looks to be mostly healthy for the first game of the season. But first, JJ McCarthy reinforces further why he's our franchise QB after a great press conference full of awesome buzzworthy quotes. We're going to break down all that in this episode of Vikings Digest, but first, if you're part of the 87% of viewers who aren't yet subscribed yet, you want to stay up to date on all things Vikings and help us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers before kickoff on Monday night. We're very close to that goal, so if you guys just want to help us reach our goal, you know where that subscribe button is and hit that bell icon so you don't miss the episodes when they drop. And with that, let's hop into the first topic of the day, which is let's go JJ, just simply put, because he had a press conference that was just reinforcing everything why he is on paper and mentally and in the press, everything that we need out of a franchise quarterback. And when asked about playing in Soldier Field for his first game of the season, so close to where he grew up, he was saying home is in Minnesota. So at the end of the day, it's just a business trip. We're going to go down there, execute some football plays, and see what happens. Right off the bat there, where he's asked about his earliest memories of Soldier Field and things like that. At the end of the day, it's business, and Minnesota is home. Anything that was in Chicago or Illinois, that's simply a family matter and just outside of football. Anything related to football in Chicago, absolutely not. Minnesota is where it's at. So right off the bat there, that just reinforces everything that we love about JJ McCarthy. He has just bought into everything within this Minnesota Vikings culture, the way Kevin O'Connell runs the team. I was talking with someone the other day about how JJ McCarthy, when he talks in the media, if you mirror that next to something with Kevin O'Connell, it sounds exactly the same. And this press conference was exactly like that, where you were looking at a mini Kevin O'Connell addressing the press right here, having learned from the man himself in Kevin O'Connell, which we're going to touch on in a second here with one of the later quotes that JJ had. But talking on week one, he says that I just try to be completely present. There's going to be anxiousness, excitement, and a whole lot of adrenaline. That's completely normal, and accepting those emotions allows you to let go of them a lot quicker than trying to deflect them and avoid them. Now, JJ McCarthy, we know he's a very introspective kind of quarterback with the whole meditation thing that he has at the goal, under the goalpost at before every game. And he's coming into a situation in Minnesota where there's been a lot of chatter that when he was in Michigan, he wasn't asked to do a lot. He had two running backs, he had a stacked team, and they knew what the defense was going to be calling because of the whole signal stealing thing and all that crap. But with JJ McCarthy, he has so much mounting on him for week one. As far as quarterbacks that have the most to prove this year, JJ McCarthy is among those, probably the top five, I would say, as far as most to prove because of the amount of hype around him. But as far as who's going to be the most watched quarterback on week one, I can guarantee you that the pressure is on JJ McCarthy the most as far as eyeballs that are going to be watching him, and it's going to be on Monday Night Football. So it's going to be a lot of people seeing what this hype is all about with JJ McCarthy. And Vikings fans, we know what's coming. It's just the rest of the NFL doesn't necessarily know. And JJ McCarthy making sure that he has all the mental steps taken to be fully prepared for this game is amazing, because this is his first regular season game, his first regular season start, coming off of the meniscus injury, coming off of all the chatter of him out of college and all the criticisms, how the Vikings reached for him and things like that, how he was just a system quarterback in Michigan and all he has to be is just Brock Purdy 2.0 in Minnesota. This is not that case. JJ McCarthy, he is a gamer. He is a dog. And Justin Jefferson was even saying that in his press conference, how he has that killer instinct. And it's something that I don't think Sam Darnold or Kirk Cousins or Case Keenum, Teddy Bridgewater, Christian Ponder, or any of the bevy of quarterbacks that Minnesota has had through there, aside from Brett Favre or since Dante Culpepper, we have not had that killer instinct quarterback. Maybe Tavares Jackson, rest in peace, but Tavares Jackson was a dog at times as well. But since then, Minnesota has not had a dog-like franchise quarterback in over 10 years, and it seems like we finally have that with JJ McCarthy. And when talking about the key to success for week one, JJ kept it simple, saying that everything about the way Coach O'Connell talks about playing the quarterback position is success in the simple. Just following your reads, doing your job each individual play, and the rest will take care of itself. You could get overthinking, but at the end of the day, if you stick to the reads and do your job, then it'll be a good outcome for that play. Now, you read that quote, and if I didn't tell you that it was JJ McCarthy saying that, other than the Coach O'Connell get dead giveaway there, you would think that it's Kevin O'Connell himself talking with this quote and how he has just fully prepared this kid to be ready for everything that can come his way on week one against the Chicago Bears defense that is going to be wanting to just rip his head off because of all the noise and all the hype around him. So this is something where JJ McCarthy is fully ready, is just bought into what Kevin O'Connell is trying to build, and just listening to him fully about what he's trying to just ingrain into JJ McCarthy's head so that he can be the best quarterback this franchise has seen in a long time. And Kevin O'Connell, he learned from Tom Brady. He learned from Bill Belichick being in that system. So it's only right that if he's able to pass off that torch and be the quarterback whisperer for finally the right quarterback, he's kind of auditioned the past couple quarterbacks where he had Kirk Cousins, he had Sam Darnold, he had Max Brosmer, he has Max Brosmer now as well. He had Josh Dobbs. He had Nick Mullins. He had a whole bunch of quarterbacks go through there in that season when Kirk tore his Achilles. But now it's finally like this is the one. It's like Kevin O'Connell has been dating around with these quarterbacks and just trying to find the right suitor for the team who is the perfect marriage for this Vikings quarterback room. And it seems like he's finally found that perfect match in JJ McCarthy after many years of searching. So hopefully all the hype is lived up to on week 1 or within the first couple weeks of this season so that JJ McCarthy can just shut up all the naysayers and all the critics can just quiet down, and then we'll be back up to hyping up the Vikings like they were last season with Sam Darnold at the helm. But let us know what you guys thought of JJ McCarthy's comments down below. But that's going to take us into our second topic of the day, which is the Friday injury update. And this has Vikings fans hyped beyond belief and also a little bit worried. Now, when you look at the Friday report, you see there at Xavier Scott, another DNP. Elijah Williams, another do not practice. Harrison Smith, though, limited practice with that illness, so he's making those steps towards being ready for week 1. So that is still something to watch for heading into it. But you see there were Jalen Nailor, Andrew Van Ginkel, and Christian Darrisaw, all full practices, back-to-back days for Jalen Nailor and Andrew Van Ginkel, and then Christian Darrisaw as a full participant after not practicing at all yesterday. And Kevin O'Connell, if you guys saw our video the other day, Kevin O'Connell was talking about how Darrisaw has been ramping up his mobility and his production in practice, but he wasn't willing to commit to him being ready for week 1. However, him being a full participant here, he could be cleared for it, and we could have a miraculous week 1 appearance from Christian Darrisaw, which the Minnesota Vikings need. When you look at the injuries there, thankfully Jalen Nailor is ready to go. That was something that they brought Adam Thielen in because they were so worried about the Jalen Nailor injury. Could be something that is still a bit nagging throughout the year because hand injuries can flare up out of nowhere. And then you have Christian Darrisaw being able to bolster that down at the tackle position. You absolutely need that. But Andrew Van Ginkel, him being a full participant, especially when Harry was only a limited, that is huge for Minnesota because you want everybody on the field at the same time as your best players out there. But if Ginks is out there, at least it takes a little bit of pressure off the secondary to have to fill in for Harry if he's not able to go. But hopefully he's able to turn around and pull it in a full practice on Saturday. It isn't listed as questionable heading into Monday's game. But it should be an interesting ride down to the end of this week 1 prep as we get ready for the Chicago Bears on Monday night. I can't wait. It sucks that we're going to have to wait a full NFL Sunday of week 1 to get to a Minnesota Vikings game. But they saved the best game of the week for last, and hopefully we are able to deliver on all that hype and bring home our first W of the season to kick off the season 1-0 and to kick off our division record at 1-0 because we are playing a big division rival like the Chicago Bears in Chicago. So if we're able to get a road division game at week 1, that is a massive tone setter, especially if they just come firing out the gate and JJ McCarthy launches an absolute bomb to Justin Jefferson or tosses one in the corner of the end zone to Adam Thielen on an out or a corner route. Would be beautiful to see. You know Adam Thielen's going to get fed the ball. So if you guys are looking at someone to be a fantasy sleeper or someone to be looking at for this week to get a couple of catches, I think Adam Thielen is definitely going to be that guy. You could probably see him getting about 3 or 4 catches because they're going to want to feed him in his homecoming. If it's not this game, though, it's going to be Minnesota's first home game, absolutely, for his real homecoming in Minnesota. And let us know what you guys think about everything down below. Do you guys think Harry is going to be ready to go week 1? And do you think Christian Darrisaw will be playing also on Monday night despite putting in a full practice today? And Kevin O'Connell's comments earlier in the week. Let us know what you guys have to say down in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of Vikings Digest. I've been your host, Griffin. Take care.